Okay, hi everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to scrape this interactive web chat. So I'm essentially on a website called bullionstar.com. I'm trying to scrape gold prices in Brazilian real. And as you can see, as I move my pointer along the graph, I'm able to see the different data points for each day, looking at the specified value from January 1st, 2019 to 30th of September 2020. So how do we go ahead to scrape this website? First thing, let's go to the inspect page. Let's take a look. Go to network. Let's reload. Let's see what kind of data we have here. Okay. We have chats data. Okay, on that chats data, we look, okay, it's a request method. We have the request URL. Okay, and the form data is right here. Great. So we go to preview. Let's see what we have. Okay, we're able to see the data series right under preview, which is great. Um, so let's just confirm a few things. Let's see if the first value is what it is on the plot. So the first value is 4978.21. That's 4978.21 here, and the last value is 1059.1.84. 1059.1.84. I know it's a bit small, but you can probably, um, yeah, if you look at that, that's essentially the data point. And the reason why I'm checking is because I'm already noticing that the day values aren't in something I can easily understand up the top of my head. So I might probably need to create a date range and overlap for these dates just to make my workflow faster. Um, Yeah, so now we have an understanding of what we need for the it's going to be a post method request. This is the request URL. We're going to use request method post. Um, we can probably grab the cookies information if we wanted to. Let me see. And we have the user agent here for the headers. If we want to pass that into the headers, to pass into our post method, but this is going to be very critical. We need the form data, so we need all these values to be passed into our request or post. So now that we have like a basic understanding of how I was able to navigate the site and just all the things you need form data, you need the URL, and you understand that the method is to post by just exploring the network tab. So I will go ahead and move to Python and we can start coding. Let's go ahead. I've just written some pseudocode here so I can just follow along and you can basically just have a clear understanding as I'm moving through Python. So first of all, let's go ahead and import the relevant libraries. We import requests, with an S as R. Let's also import, looking at the data, it's a JSON format. So let's also, I might need to normalize that. So let's also go ahead and import JSON normalize from pandas.io.json, import JSON, normalize. Perfect. Now we have those two. Those are going to be our main. Let's go ahead and run that. Perfect. So that works fine. So now let's indicate the path that we would like to save our file. Mine, I'm just going to save mine on my desktop. So you could essentially just create a variable called path and you could just, put your file location for your desktop. So now we move to the request post part. So I'm going to name my variable action underscore post URL. Right? And this is the request URL here from the website. Let's just go ahead and pull that to Python. Perfect. Don't forget your don't forget that. All right. So now I just want to use the get method to do a little bit of testing and to check if the website is good, to check to get the cookies information, all of that fun stuff. So let's do rest. Let's check this real quick. We're gonna do this with the get method. So let's just go ahead. And we have rest is rest.get action URL. So I already have that. So let's check the status code. Oh, action post URL. Is it not the same name? Let's see what's going on. Maybe I didn't run it yet. Okay, perfect. So now I'm able to use the get method request. Okay, we have 200. We're good to go. We got the green light. Now let's just create a file path to export our data. I'm just gonna say clean gold is this .csv. Go ahead and let's get the cookies information. I'm gonna call this search cookies. Let's just run all of this. Perfect. So now I have the cookies information. So now the fun part, post method data. So you know how I mentioned that these two are going to be very important, the form data and understanding the request post. I mean, if that's what's on your website, because you could get some onto some website and this request method could be get. Okay. So let's get our post data. So here we are, post data. We've basically called everything that we've passed in. Method is post. We've passed in all the form data into that. Depending on what you decided to go with, if you wanted to do custom or if you wanted to pick 3 year, 1 year on the website, that would have been good as well. Yeah, that would have been good as well. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and run so we can get our post data. Perfect. It works. So let's get the header information. Got in our header information. And let me go back and just show you guys really quick. XHR, chats data, headers. So essentially what I did was I passed along all this information into Python. So you could see false 0, false product ID, from index to index, pass everything along because there's some times that if you miss something out, you might not get all the values. So once you pass that along, you should get all the values because you're basically specifying to the website, okay, this is the information I want. So if you don't miss anything out, you get all the information you need, which is perfect. So this is the headers request. Go ahead and pass that in. So we have cookies, we have the post data, we have the header information, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and request that data. So we have request underscore or rest underscore post. Just do r.post because we already specified the request library here. Pass in your URL, which is the chat data, which is what you get from here, your request URL. Passing your data to post, which is your data post underscore data, which is right here in your form data. Your cookies, by just I use the get method to get the cookies and to check the status code, and the headers information lastly. All right, let's go ahead and run that. So we are good. We have gotten to the point where it'll be perfect. So now we can just go ahead and run this. Let's see what we get. Okay, response code is perfect. So now let's go ahead and see that in a nice little JSON format. Ooh, Cool, perfect. We've gotten our data into Python. And at this point, you can do whatever you want. You can import to CSV. What I decided to do, okay, so let's assign this to a variable. Values is equal to this. Perfect. Assign it to a variable. So we've gotten that as values. Then we're just going to make a nice little table using normalize, like I mentioned before. See. So first of all, I want to call out just the data frame. Just the data frame that has the values I'm looking for. Because if I look at this particular data set, it's not showing here visibly, but if you look at here in preview, you can see that it's called data series. So I'm going to call that out exactly as it is. I'm going to assign it here, and I'm going to say gold values is this JSON. I want to get is rest underscore post or JSON. I want to get the data series values. So I'm just going to pass that into gold value. Boom, boom. It only gives me what I need. So now I can go ahead and basically just get it in a nice little clean format. Let's see. So it's in the data frame now, and it's in exactly how I want it. I have my index, I have date values, I have the values for each day. And if I want to go ahead and save that to a CSV, or I want to go on and do further manipulation work on it, also great. But to save to a CSV, I would just do df dot to underscore CSV. Then I'm going to go back and, I told you my path is here, blah, blah. So you would just run your path and you would run df. You will run what you have saved it here. So this is the name of the file you're trying to create. So you just pick that up and put that here. And yeah, and you run that line of code. It's not going to go through because I'm trying to save the name of my desktop to myself. But yeah, that's pretty much how you would go ahead and script an interactive chat using the post method like I mentioned. The most important thing is going to the network tab and exploring that, seeing if it's a post or get. There are a handful of websites where I would probably have gone through the HTML first and dug through that, but this is probably just a very, very good approach. Yeah, if you see posts, if you see some sort of data series, try and explore the network tab. And I hope this was helpful. Please put some comments down below if you would like to see more videos from me. I just wanted to record this because the process is pretty straightforward, but if you don't have all the tools, you might just not get it. If you don't have all the tools in your toolbox, you might just not get it. So I hope this helps someone.